Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm going to be doing a Dragon Ball Super discussion on whether or not we're going to see Fusion return. And this is something I have wanted to talk about in my own video. I did do a video with Rhymestyle as well as Quaman touching upon this a bit, but I didn't get to go as in depth as I wanted to because we had to worry about having 3 people in the video. But other than that, let's get right into this. This is something a lot of people I'm sure have been talking about and want to know and discuss. So I want you guys to as well discuss this in the comments. If we're going to see Fusion and Super or not, I think that it's possible. This goes for Gotenks as well. And obviously Goten and Trunks aren't, Super Saiyan God or anything. They're still kids. They are still just their Super Saiyan forms. And Gotenks has Super Saiyan 3, we can assume still. There is a possibility that can make a return as a teenage Goten and Trunks, teenage Gotenks. That's a possibility. Not very likely, because the villains they would have to fight, or maybe they're just messing around with one of their Z fighters. I don't know. It's possible we could see that, but I wouldn't hold any weight to that at all. Now the big question is, are we going to see a Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan as it's been called, Vegeta or Gogeta? This is something that I've thought about very hard, and I've discussed this with Quaman as well. And the thing is that in order for there to be the need to do that fusion, the enemy that they are opposing has to be immensely powerful, something completely out of this world. And Vegeta and Goku, at this point at least, after the Buu saga, they really don't like doing fusion. Fusion really is a last resort thing. If it's absolutely impossible to beat the enemy without using fusion, or rather, if they need to use fusion and that's the only way they can beat the enemy, that's the only way they'll use fusion. They'll find any excuse not to do it, just in the Saiyan blood. So you're not going to see a fusion between Goku and Vegeta that's going to make the enemy look like a joke, I don't think. Maybe if it's somewhere in the realm of the gap between Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Janemba, you won't see a fusion for that, if that makes sense. You're going to see them fuse if an enemy approaches them that is basically, as hard as it is to believe for some of you guys, basically stronger than Whis. And if they're stronger than Whis, that's the only way it's going to give them a good fight. The enemy would have to be much stronger than Whis even. And that's something that I can't see happening necessarily, because Whis is a new character and he seems to be a character Toriyama is going to really focus and develop in ways. He's very mysterious at the moment, but I think that fusion is something that can happen in Dragon Ball Super, but it's very unlikely. I think Vegeta is out of the question at this point, but Gogeta, I think that that's a possibility. But like I said, the enemy they would be facing would have to be so immensely powerful that whether or not Whis would even want to get involved, even Whis can't handle the enemy, whoever it may be. And I think this kind of goes in turn with, because I've seen people debate, Vegito, Super Saiyan God Vegito versus Whis, and stuff like that. And I think people really underestimate the power of fusion in Dragon Ball Z. And let me explain this a bit. And I do have a video planned in the future to really kind of figure out how strong fusion is, because there are some unofficial listings to how strong, what the formulas are. They're not really official, to my knowledge. So fusion is so immensely powerful. The dance as well, so Potara earrings, with the Potara earrings, we see a villain like Super Buu with Gohan absorbed, who's dozens of times stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Just absolutely toy with him in his Super Saiyan form. He's toying with Super Buu, and it really goes to show how strong it is, as well as taking 2 kids, Goten and Trunks, who are around the strength of 18. It's not exactly clear whether or not they're weaker or stronger than Android 18 in their Super Saiyan forms. It's unclear. I'll just say that they're around Android 18. You take 2 people that are around the level of Android 18, fuse them, and have them be much stronger than even Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And I know there's people that are going to say Goku is stronger, and I did a video on that, comparing the two. So go check that out if you haven't seen it. But I'm just saying that so you guys understand, if there was the need to do this fusion, you'd have to imagine that the threat would have to be so immense that it really would call for something like this. And I can't see that being very likely, but who's to say? There's not really anything known about this series at this point. So it's really unclear if we will see this, but I have my doubts if we're ever going to see that. And if we do see a fusion dance between Goku and Vegeta, I assume it would still be called Gogeta, even though Gogeta technically is non-canon. I would think that Gogeta is such an established character that they would just write Gogeta into that story and, you know, basically just have him be that, as he's essentially an official part of the history because he's so cemented into people's minds. That's what I would do if I was at that business standpoint, but that's getting off topic. Now, I will kind of save this for another video, what I'm talking about here, and that's that there is the possibility that I've heard people having some very good ideas that we're going to explore these other universes for these guys, and I'm going to do this in another video to talk about that because this one will get too long if I go over here. But you know, there's always that talk about the other universes, that the potential for the other gods and all that stuff that Beerus had mentioned. There's other universes, and there could be a very strong warrior that you know, maybe be a very big threat. It's unclear. You know, it might be a stretch to say that maybe some god of destruction goes a bit rogue and is even stronger than Whis, and Goku and Vegeta need to put their heads together and fuse to defeat that villain. But that might be a stretch, but I'm just looking at possibilities that would kind of allow for them to be a fusion, because I don't think we're going to see another fusion in the series that's going to be, you know, just them toying with the enemy. I think it's going to be a closer fight. It's going to be similar to Gotenks and Super Buu when they fought, as Gotenks and Super Saiyan 3. They were pretty even though I think Gotenks had a slight edge. I think it's going to be something like that. That'd make a much better battle, and I think it would really help the series if they did that. If they stood in our fusion and it was a wish-wash fight, I think that would be awesome still because we get to see the fusion, but I think it'd be a little bit less interesting than having something that's a lot closer. But that's really what I want to talk about, guys. All in all, honestly, I don't think we're going to see a fusion. I'm 80% sure we won't. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, in order for there to be a fusion, there needs to be an immensely strong villain to be written in, and someone that's way above Whis, because if Goku and Vegeta fuse, they'd be able to beat Whis and Beerus easily. I know people disagree with me, but as an understanding of how strong fusion is, it wouldn't even be a fight for them to take on Whis. It would be a complete wish-wash battle at that point. So the villain would need to be very powerful. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Share your thoughts in the comment section below on if you think we're going to see fusion or not. Why and why not? Give your explanation. I'd love to see them. But other than that, I'll catch you later.